afternoon, guys, and Miss Gracia. We are
Jessica Catucuago.
Gonzalo Deras.
and Carlos Renau, and we are going to talk about why the animals are in danger of extinction. Basically, the animals are in danger of extinction for the tree felling that has as a consequence the destruction of their habitats, the furtive hunting, and the contamination. Other reason is the natural catastrophe like the hurricanes and the diseases. So, Jessica Catucua, what do you think that is the principal reason of the animal extinction?
For me, the principle is the dangerous extinction of animals is the natural catastrophes and the activity human, because is the destruction in the habitat for animals is cause the migration for birds, for mammals, and in the change habitat, the change alimentation, change reproductions is the modified genetical.
And for you, Gonzalo?
Well, I think the principal cause is the hunting. That because also for the human activity, the hunting is one of the principal causes, and we can see a good example could be the black and the white rhinos of Africa. These animals is endangered because of the horns. Most of the people in Africa or in other parts of the world used to hunt the animals for sell the horns in a big price. So that I think is the principal reason. Also, maybe we can say that other reason is the biological cause is because animals when they migrate as like birds that used to travel to other country to another, they used to die for many different reasons. That could be like hurricanes or natural catastrophes. Also, for they don't have like a specific place during all this trouble, so they can feed or they can protect the other members of the group. So the only animals that survive is just the animals who are strong or who are in the best form.
Well, for me, the principal reason is the tree felling, because when we fell a tree, we are destroying the life that is on it, like the birds and the mammals. For example, we have the birds that in the tree have their habitat. And another example is an animal that have their food in that tree. So when we fell the tree, they can find their food, and as a consequence, they have the extinction. And other reason is the contamination, because we can have an example in the ocean. We can see how the turtles are dying for the plastic and all the trash that the humans are throwing. So
I think that point of view of Carol is really important to
Contamination.
yes, contamination is one of the most problems actually in the world, because in the ocean we have many trash that humans just put it we can see the effects of this trash in the ocean, but animals are like I am agree with the point of view of Carol. That's because right now in the world, contamination is one of the problems that we have like a human. So what is the consequence of have a big amount of trash in the ocean? Most of the animals who live in the ocean used to confuse food with trash. So they eat that trash, and as the result of this action is that they are dying. So the species of animals are decreased. So that's another point of extinction.
Well, that is a big problem, but what do you think that the humanity can do to prevent the animal extinction?
Yeah. In my country, for example, in my country, Ecuador, is the animal extinction. Yeah, for me, stimulate the population to save the animals and their habitats to prevent alteration of the ecosystems. Also, the control the back market where animals are parts of the shore, increasing the numbers of parks or reserves ecological in the world is to protect the exotic fauna in the country. Also is prevent the contamination, is the evitation, is the factories in the contamination in the selva because it's the petróleo, ¿cómo se dice? In the yeah, for me, stimulate for population to save the animals and their habitats, to avoid alteration of the ecosystem. Also, the control the back market where animals parts are sold, increasing the numbers of parks and ecological reserves in the world to protect the exotic fauna that is the country.
And for you,
Well, as a group, we read an article that said that the traditional way to protect animals is creating zoos, botanical gardens, and aquariums. But as a group, we discussed this little paragraph, and we are not agree with this because the result of create zoos and other places to keep animals safe, the consequence is that animals are taken out of their habit. So it's have positive things, but also we have to see the negative things that maybe we can have in a short or a long time. Another good example could be the rhino. The rhinos, now there are just I think 6 or 5 species in all the world. Actually, some of these rhinos are protected with guards, so they can have like they can be in free in their habits. They have to have with security all the time to feed, to walk, and most of the people who hunt these animals used to kill the wars of the rhinos to get the horns. So I think the most important thing that we can say is that the education of people, because it's really important to people know how much is the importance of animals in the human activity. In the case of in my country, in El Salvador, the government implement short programs to people can know the importance of take care of animals, of take care of the habits of the nature in which they live. So I think we can work as a university that see all that kind of things to educate people, to make programs, to people know all that kind of things. So I think education is the most important thing, as we can, as a point of increase of and reduce the animals in danger extinction.
Well, for me, another point is to make aware the people to save the nature and the animals that are hiding. And another point is to create new ecological reserves to save the life that is in that place. And for that, with this, we are avoiding the extinction and in avoiding the hunting that can be in that place. And so, Jessica, can you give me an example about an animal in danger of extinction in your country?
For example, in my country, is the principal animal danger of extinction is the condor, because it's the one of our national symbols. Besides, begin the Manchester bear that developed in the entering Andean region of Latin America. The long-lived bears have survived over 75 years of captivity, but they produce slowly, and mating produces only sing of spring every day or another years. And both the parents must care their young for 4 years. In Ecuador, these bears are protected by law, so that how a condor is sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Well, the Amazon is destroyed every day more. A lot of meters of ground are destroyed for human activities, and the consequence of that is that many habits of animals, like birds, of the diversity of animals that we can find in the Amazon, is destroyed. And the animals they don't have they lose their home, they lose their food, they lose many things. So we have to pay attention to the nature too, and it's important also for the benefit of human.
So we have to remember that the world have a pyramid. If we destroy the animals that are over us, we are destroying us consequently. So thank you for your attention. I hope you like it.